Hi, Dr. Schuster with your tip of the week. This week we're going to talk about genes and genetics. What's new with genes, part 1. We can sequence your entire gene. We can know what's inside of you. This used to cost $350,000 to sequence a human gene. Now it's $1,000 and coming down. So believe it or not, in a few years, for $100, you may be able to know what's in your genes. What can you learn? You can learn what's your risk for common diseases like heart disease and diabetes, what's your risk for rare diseases, and how your body interacts with different medications. So, if you're a healthy adult, you can get some good data from sequencing your gene. But do you really want to know? Will healthy people want to know that they have some bad genes inside of them? Will people change their behavior knowing what genes they have? And are genes much more complicated than we thought, and are we really going to get confused? So there was a recent study from the NIH that if they told people they had the gene for depression, people became depressed. So do we want this? Now, genetic testing can help with giving medication. There was a recent study in JAMA looking at Coumadin, which is a hard medication to regulate. In using genes, they could help people get the right dosage of Coumadin. But it was very expensive, and this may not be cost effective. Now, there was a study about calcium, that if you had the gene for high calcium and your blood calcium level was higher, you got more calcium in your heart and got more heart attacks. So there's a lot of exciting things going on. There's also some scary things going on. Even healthy people with great genes can get cancer. So I'll say that one more time. Even healthy people with great genes can get cancer. 2/3 of cancers are caused by what's called a random mutation in a healthy gene in a healthy person. Now, this is very depressing. We're told by our cancer experts that if you have a good lifestyle, if your environment is clean, and if you don't have any bad genes in you when you're born, you're in good shape. But that's not true. A recent study from Johns Hopkins found that 66% of cancers come from what's called a copying error in healthy people's genes. 29% are caused by lifestyle and the environment, and only 5% are inherited. So the reason I like being a heart doctor is because if you have bad genes and you take the right medications and you don't smoke and you exercise regularly and you're on a good diet, you can really bring down your chance of getting heart disease way, way, way down. But even if you do everything right, 66% of cancers are just going to pop up inside of you at any time in your life, no matter who you are and what you do. So, part 2 next week, we'll be discussing some controversies in genetic engineering.